of the morning or top of the afternoon to you. My name is Father Rich Jasper, the pastor at Immaculate Conception and St. Jude Mission Church in Elkton, Maryland. It is St. Patrick's Day, so as you can see, I dressed for the occasion. And because it is week 2 of Lent, I also have a brand new sweater. So keep tuning in every week because the sweater might change as the weeks progress and we get closer to Holy Week and to Easter. We're beginning this second week with the Gospel of Luke. And so Luke today is chapter 6, verses 36 to 38. It's a short one, but it's a powerful one with a big challenge. So Luke writes this. Jesus said to his disciples, "Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful. Stop judging, and you will not be judged. Stop condemning, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and the gifts will be given to you. A good measure, packed together, shaken down, and overflowing, will be poured into your lap. For the measure with which you measure will in return be measured out to you." There's a lot there. And the one thing that I'm focusing on in this particular passage is that whole understanding where Jesus says, stop condemning and stop judging. And I think if we were honest for all of us, it's a real challenge. We all judge whether we want to or not. Sometimes in our hearts and in our heads, we go to that place of condemnation of other people. Maybe not liking what they're doing or saying or how they're dressed or how they're acting. And I think a lot of times we say to ourselves, well, how do I stop? How do I stop judging? How do I stop thinking negatively of other people? And the answer always comes back to remembering the merciful compassion of Jesus Christ. In this gospel, what Luke is really having Christ remind us of is the fact that everything that Christ did was to show us that from the cross, he poured out love. And it was a love that never condemned, but it was a love that saved. It wasn't a love that hated or was retaliatory. It was a love that says, I just want you to come back to me with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And so when we're in that space where we've been hurt by others or the world is upsetting us and we're so quick to judge or we're so quick to want to condemn, I think the first thing that we should do is turn to Christ on the cross and say to him, Lord, help me to love and forgive as you forgive. Be honest with him. Say to him, I'm having a hard time. I'm having a really hard time forgiving and not condemning this person or this act. But when you say that to him and you invite him in, then he does the work. And I think ultimately that's what he asks us to do. Just open the space in our hearts and our lives to let him in and say, Lord, help me not to judge. Help me not to condemn. And if we find ourselves doing it, here's the way to fight back. Satan always wants to take us down that road of negativity. Fight back by simply saying, Lord, I'm judging right now and I don't want to. I ask you to bless this person or bless this situation with your love and your mercy. Because when you do that, look how you're fighting back. You're fighting back with love. You're fighting back with love that comes from the cross. And that's the way that we stop judging. It's the way that we stop condemning. And that good measure will be poured out into us because it only comes from Christ and his merciful love on the cross. If he loves us, how can we not love each other? God bless you and happy St. Patrick's Day.